Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Corinne. Happy
How you
Friday
doing?
the 13th and an early
Yeah.
happy Valentine's Day.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Same to you. Yeah, I know I switched this. I had it a week later, but I have some conflicts, so they were kind enough to switch it. I don't think it was a popular date anyway,
Well, I'm
but
happy that you're here.
well, thank you. I'm glad to see you. This is going to be something different. Let's see, do I have any more people coming in? This is going to be
Yes,
the
I
more,
printed it out, right, the articulation and pronunciation. I
yeah,
was very interested more with the respiratory system and the breathing
good.
because I just had a stress episode where I actually wound up in the ER. So they
Holy
said I have
crap.
to learn how to breathe a little better.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to talk about this. They don't, apparently they're not teaching, at least the actors aren't here. They teach it a lot more to singers, how to breathe correctly, but this is, actors need to learn to do that too. Actually, I've had a number of clients who are teachers because they don't breathe right, they don't speak right, and they ruin their voice. And pretty soon they can't talk by the end of the day. So,
Well, that's what happened. I was getting hoarse and
oh,
I was drinking enough water. I switched from my coffee to my green tea with ginger, and I
okay.
was rehearsing some scenes. And right before I wound up in the ER, I had to send a self tape to a director. So it was like
Oh.
Panic City.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, you're home now. You're doing well. Everything's
Yes, yes,
better.
I'm going back. The doctor, I'll see my ENT next week. And then
Okay.
afterwards I'll go back to the other doctors. Yeah, she's very good. She works with most of the actors and actresses on Broadway.
Okay. Did you get my first attempt at a newsletter?
Yes, I did. I
Okay,
did.
good. Any comments or considerations? Anything you want to say? I mean, this is just the first one, so
No, it was good. It was
it was just to
informal.
start off, just to
Right,
start off.
yes. It's very good.
Just to kind of break the ice and say, okay, who wants it? And if somebody doesn't want it, that's okay too. I don't want to bother anybody. This is all about, helping you guys because you were kind enough to ask about it, but there's more. I mean, this was like a tentative test run. So
It's
we'll just see
true
what,
because you have to put in the time and the work if you
oh
want to
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. And there's tons of people that are willing to do it. And I think it can't hurt. It's not going to hurt. Any of this training is applicable and to
It's
other areas of your
beneficial.
life.
It's
It
beneficial.
absolutely is. I've worked with one person who was really, really shy, and taking the acting classes really helped him just to get over that shyness and confront, being a little bit afraid, getting on stage in front of a microphone, whatever. It's really beneficial, and you start feeling more confident. And I
That's
know
what
we
I
have.
had. I used to panic the night before I had to go on set. I didn't
Okay.
sleep. I was changing outfits. I was up at the crack of dawn or even earlier because I had some early calls. But as I took more of the 9-9 classes,
Well,
I
that's good
felt
to hear.
better.
Yeah,
I
that's
felt better.
great. That's good to hear. Absolutely. No,
I mean,
anything you
I
can.
only started in 2022. This was my third
What kind of
reinvention.
things are you doing? What kind are you doing? What kind of
Well,
roles do you?
in the several years that I've been in there, I've had more than 36 credits.
Really?
Yes.
That's
I'm going to
fantastic.
watch Song Sung Blue this weekend. It's streaming to see if I'm on it. I was on Succession. I was on And Just Like That. I was on Elsbeth a few weeks ago. And
Wow.
I'm a featured background. Sometimes I have a few words. Most of the time, not. I'm doing improvising. So with Elsbeth, they had me in two scenes. I'm also seen in Jurassic World, the new one that just came out this
Oh,
year. Yeah. So I've been pretty lucky.
It's very, you're working hard is what it sounds. When you're working hard, the luck seems to happen. The little insider tip that's in the newsletter, I don't know if you've read it, TIPPE, insider tip. It's Annie Tipp is an actual director on Broadway. And so there's a link to her site, but she's actually my daughter-in-law. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
wonderful.
so I said, let's do this. So she's going to be giving me insider tips. I've got another one for the next newsletter coming up, just from her perspective, what she sees, you know. Um, so that's coming from her. So she really, there's a link. She has I put a
That's
link
very
in there. So
important.
her
It,
to
it, it
check
is.
on what she does and who she is. And she's like a real person, not just, she really is. And she's been doing this. I think her mother was a costumer and
Oh,
did tons of stuff for, big films, things like that. So it's in the genes, so to speak. It's in the
well,
family.
prior to this, I was in apparel and I was the head of textile design because I had been a designer on 7th Avenue. And
Oh,
when I was filming Zero Day, I worked on it for 4 weeks. And I had worked for Mr. De Niro as a volunteer at Tribeca years prior to that. But when I
hey,
went in for a fitting and I brought some of my own clothing, they brought some garments out and I said, no, no, I don't want to wear it. The armholes are too small. And they said, why? I said, because that was the look 15 years ago. So what happened was they said, do you mind helping us out while we're costuming people? And I said, no, I thought it was great. They said, we're not
that's
paying you. I said, I don't care. I think it's wonderful. And I
that's
did.
fantastic. That's how I got into community theater. Is I was attended a performance and I happened to make the deadly comment that somebody liked my dress and I said I made it myself and that was the beginning of the end. All of a sudden I was head of costumes, like okay, you
That's
can sew. Yes, I can sew. It's just oh God. And of course the first cut, but that's fantastic. That's how things happen. You just
unexpectedly, it's wonderful.
unexpected, but you had some preparation and you were smart enough to take to take a chance. You were
I'm
smart enough
willing
to
to
do.
help out where it's needed, really.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. And yeah, my first costume endeavor was making the horse heads for Equus, which required no
Oh my
sewing at all.
goodness.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was quite a deal. That was quite a deal. I know I said after, but I've got a background in anthropology, so of course I went and did the research on masks and headdresses, and was able to construct them and then fit them to. You had to wear your own horse head because it was a
Uh-huh.
balance thing.
Right.
You couldn't share, it would fall off. So it was pretty funny. It was pretty interesting. But yeah, sometimes you just have to be in the right place, the right time, but also have some
Exactly.
skill set. And you were
Right.
smart enough to say, hey, this isn't right. A lot of people would just keep their mouth shut. And so good
But
for
then you
you.
don't look right when they take a photo of you. I
Yeah,
was
then it
just
looks,
looking at your printout. I love the tongue twisters.
oh,
I ran through them. They're
this is going
wonderful.
to be, I'm going to tell you, and we're going to work on those, but we're going to start with the breath. And I'm waiting till, technically not supposed to start until exactly on time.
And then the respiratory system, the
Right.
diagram is wonderful. It reminds
Yeah.
me of life drawing that I took when I was in FIT. We
Oh,
had to
very
draw the
good.
system. Right.
Yeah, very good. No, this is a little more heavy duty medical, but that's my background.
Oh yeah.
Um, and my whole focus is to make sure that you protect your voice so that you don't uh, get old and cranky and creaky. I had a patient who was in his 90s because people think, you're not going to get old, your
Oh,
voice is going
God
to
bless
sound
him.
like this. And no, it's not a guarantee. So this gentleman had a very nice man, but he was had some cognitive issues, and he was in a wheelchair. He could sing like Frank Sinatra. I mean, he had a
Wow.
voice. He was singing the same thing over and over again, but that's okay. It was just proof that your voice does not have to go south when you get older. If
True.
you do certain things, like certain exercises, vocal slides, things like that, uh, it's very important. So, but everything starts with, with the breath, with the breathing. So I'm just delighted that you understand. That's cool. Very cool.
Self-care and
Yeah,
hydration.
yeah, you got to drink. I mean, I tell you, I did some volunteer work well, I was 2 or 3 times actually, and I got very close to being seriously dehydrated. So it's something that I do tell people you've got to take care of yourself. You've got to keep drinking. I was outside most of the day helping at an aviation event, Blue Angels and all that stuff. And I just wasn't drinking enough. It didn't feel like I was okay, but the first sense of dehydration is actually fatigue, not thirst. So I should have gone to the med tent because the brain wasn't working. That was really stupid of me to get in the car and drive to a drive-through restaurant to get a frosty, get some. It's like, no,
It's
I should have
very
gone to the
hard
med tent.
because when I was shooting 10 to 12 hours
Yep.
and
And the lights and
no
yes, and
water, the lights, the water, no food,
yeah.
no water, a 10-minute bathroom break.
Sometimes you have to bring a mayonnaise jar, you just
Yeah.
so there are certain little tricks, but yeah, that's great. That's good for you for doing all that. That's fantastic. That's good. So we are definitely going to be talking about the breathing and I'm even thinking, well, we'll do one thing at a time. Uh, Thinking about doing a class on the actor's voice because this is going to be a little bit treading into both territories, but I think this will be fun. And then I'm also planning another one a little bit more advanced. This is kind of the middle, the next step, and then we'll do a little bit more advanced one, but it gets harder as it goes.
Didn't
So
you have one coming up on Russian accents?
yeah, yes, we have one. It is coming up. Not too far, not too far. Not Monday.
Would
Monday is
you show me how to do it?
absolutely no problem.
Thank
We
you.
will work with this. It will be no problem. The um the hardest trick for most people is going to be the trilled R, and then but this is going to help. Actually, come to think of it, what we're going to be doing tonight will be helping you with accents in the future too, because we're talking about vocal placement, where you place your voice in your mouth, and that's why I had to show everybody the. I hope they have the handouts, and I will say if you don't have the handouts,
Justin have the handout attached.
Justin has it. Yeah, I
Yes.
had a very busy week on which was crazy, and I usually get it a day ahead of time, or 2 days ahead of time, and this was a day ahead of time because I had like well, it was my birthday. I was planning. I turned 102. Looked pretty good, huh? So and then my son, my grandson. I mean, it was just again, then a friend, her husband's in the hospital. I mean, it just went on and on and on.
Many
It's like,
happy
okay,
returns and many
thank
more.
you.
Happy
Thank you
belated
very much.
birthday.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yep. So what we're just another minute. I gotta wait. Tell me that I have to wait till exactly the right time to make sure everybody
One
has
minute.
yeah, everybody is logged in as soon as possible, but I do like to get ahead because I sometimes always have some little glitch. I want to get ahead of time and beat the glitch. So,
Not today. Everything was perfect.
and so far so good. Okay, welcome everybody. We're going to start. Let me see if I can do this. Um, I have to, where's my thingy here? We're going to go share this, share. And see if this works. I'm getting better at it as we go. Share here, here, which one works? Okay, there we go. Does this work for everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Well,
Oh,
hello, welcome to this next steps in pronunciation and articulation. It's based on, we had the intro one. Now this is the next step up. It's going to be a little bit more challenging, a little bit different focus. But I'm Corinne Barringer. I've got a medical background in speech. I have a degree in speech pathology, but I no longer do the medical one exactly, but I'm still very, very interested in voice and speech and doing what I can to keep your voices sounding healthy, strong, vital, the whole thing. We want to keep you strong. We don't want you to lose your voice. That would be bad for an actor. So I'm going to try to keep up with making sure everybody is able to speak and is, let's see, everybody in attendance is allowed to talk. All I'm saying is, if you're going to speak, just be polite. We're adults. I think you can be polite. No, no road rage. No, just we're gonna be polite. Okay. So this is what I do. I've been doing this, and as you heard talking from that I do have a background in acting. I would be The reason I stopped is I'm an early bird. I get up at 5, 4. I just can't handle the evening hours. I tried. Starting a party at 1 a.m. I can't handle it. That was my acting. But I've done on stage, community theater, some industrial films, that kind of stuff. But so I know where you're coming from, is what I'm trying to say. So this is next step in your speaking skills, specifically dealing with actors. But I want you to know this quote, the image you present to the world is an extension of what you perceive yourself to be. This is why what you look like, how you dress, how you speak is important. It may not seem so at the time, but what I'm kind of hoping some people will take this to heart and start elevating your everyday speech. The reason to do that is if you're already speaking better, speaking well with a better voice, and your grammar is good and your pronunciation is good, when you get a script, you don't have to worry about it. You're already there. If you have to, even if you have to mumble, you still have to mumble clearly. You're getting paid for people to hear you. So you want to start thinking about your image, and this would also be good for jobs, interviews, things like that. So we've got a lot to cover, so I'm probably going to speak probably too quickly. Quick overview. Now, we're not going to go through everything that was in the first class, but if you have a question, please ask. What we're going to do tonight is talk about breath support and projection, how to do diaphragmatic breathing. Just going to give you an introduction to that. We're going to go over the anatomy of the respiratory tract and the vocal tract. These are your tools. This is what you work with. This is important, how you breathe, how you project, so that you sound good. You can whisper at a distance, that kind of thing. So you sound good, but you have to know what you're working with. You don't have to memorize everything, but you're going to get a little bit of a quick fix here. We're going to go over the vowel quadrilateral and vowel placement. We did consonants with the first session, and this is not going to be totally on vowels, but it's going to be an introduction. Vowels can be really interesting and are necessary with other accents if you do other accents. Then we're going to go into articulation drills and warm-ups and some other practices. And if you have any Q&A questions, feel free to ask during the session. Just feel free. Just be polite. Okay? So that's all. Diaphragmatic breathing. Now, breathing in general, without breathing, nothing else much matters. We have to breathe. And you've been doing it pretty well all of your life, because otherwise you wouldn't even be here. So this is not that one breathing is wrong or one is right. This is just what is used for singers and others to project their voices. So you can, and I'll show you an illustration of that. Basically, this is rhythmic. You don't have to think about it. Thank God. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to wake up in the middle of the night. Remember to breathe. You're inhaling oxygen into your lungs and you're exhaling carbon dioxide from your lungs. Okay. The diaphragm, which we're going to look at the picture in a minute, shortens when you want to inhale and relaxes or enlarges, returns to normal size to exhale, and air is moved into lungs by suction. This, you can probably imagine, is a very simplistic view of things. So here we go. I'm going to go here. I think if I can do, I don't know if I want it. We can keep the side things open. This is the respiratory system. Okay, now the sinuses we talked about last time, nasal cavity. You breathe in through your nose or your mouth, and it goes down through, and then it goes into your larynx here through your trachea. On the other one, let's see if I can do, I don't know if it does. Here to contrast, here's where your breathing goes in, it comes down, and then it bifurcates into your trachea here or into the esophagus, okay? So the esophagus is where the food goes down, the trachea is where the air goes down. And I always say this is why your mother says don't talk or, when you're eating. There's a reason for that. Okay, goes into the trachea. The trachea then bifurcates into the two bronchial tubes, feeding both sides of the lungs. Right lung, left lung. The alveoli are these little sacs. The lungs are kind of real mushy. The alveoli is where the oxygen interchange takes place so that it goes into the bloodstream. They're real tiny little floppy sacs. And so you want to take big, deep breaths to expand them. You want to really expand them. The diaphragm, is the little marker working for you? Can you see it? Then when I switch this little thing, does everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay. The diaphragm is this big muscle here. The diaphragm separates the thorax, the thoracic, your lungs and all that from your stomach, your guts, your intestines, the gallbladder, everything. That's below the diaphragm. So this is this big muscle we're talking about. The only thing that punctures through it, they've got a couple of the vena cava, the big blood vessels puncture through it, and we need to get blood down there. But this really is the big difference. It separates the lungs from the rest of from the abdomen. And so when they're talking about contracting or expanding or relaxing, this is the muscle we're talking about. And so when we're talking about breathing, what you want to do is, and you can practice this, and I'll say there are some, I'm trying to find a really good one to recommend, but there's plenty of videos online. It might be more for singers, but this is, you want to put your hand on your chest, and if you can see it, and then one on your tummy. And the way you normally breathe is thoracic breathing. There's actually a number of different ways to breathe, but this is one of them. The thoracic is what you're probably used to. Take a deep breath, and your chest goes up. In diaphragmatic breathing, you're going to breathe down into your stomach. So it goes down. When you breathe down into the lower part of your lungs, if you remember your basic physics, no two things can occupy the same space at the same time. When your lungs get pushed down, and when the diaphragm pushes down, unfortunately, your tummy's going to push out. That's just the way it is. If you see some opera singers, I wish I could find the one that I saw that was like, oh my gosh, these guys were amazing. And their stomach just exploded out. I mean, it's just huge because they're singing opera. So that'll give you a real good idea. This is not easy to do because we've been doing it the thoracic way for so long. But if you lie down on the floor and then just try to practice breathing through your pulling the lungs down and not having the hand on your chest move minimally, not at all would be good, but even a little bit is okay. But you want your tummy to rise up. So you don't want to push it, but you want to have that feeling that the air is going down into the lungs, and that the diaphragm is pushing the rest of your stomach and all that out. So it's a big difference. Now, the reason you do this is if I'm shouting, like if I'm going to be shouting just from my thoracic breathing like this, and I'm saying to the back of the class, please shut up or be careful over there, don't run into traffic. Do you hear the voice? You hear what it sounds like. It's not terribly attractive, actually, but you have this tinny sound. Now, if I'm breathing from my thorax and I'm going to project, I can project really loud for a long time without really hurting myself, damaging my vocal cords, and I can sound more authoritative. You see what I mean? It sounds a little bit better too. So, and you can do it whether you're speaking loudly or not. Little trick on speaking loudly, and I just remembered this the other day that I wanted to make sure I told you. When you speak louder, can you mumble? Have you ever tried mumbling when you're speaking louder, when you're shouting? Anybody? You ever tried that? When you shout, do you mumble?
No.
No. The way we're wired, we can't, unless there's a physiological reason, physical reason, neurological reason. If you're going to shout, you're going to move your mouth and speak clearly. Get out of the street. Look out for the car, whatever it is. You're going to shout and you're not going to mumble. So it's something to think about. It's the way we're wired. So actually, when I work with Parkinson's patients, that's what they get, very soft. And I have to tell them to shout. Their shouting is not the normal shouting. Their shouting just brings them up to a normal auditory level. But at any rate, this is one of you want to learn to do this. There are other ways of breathing. Ballerinas, ballet dancers have a different way. There's the Pilates, where you spread your ribs out to the side. You can do that. Some yoga teachers teach that. The ballerinas have a tough time because they have to still look slim. So they really do an excellent way of breathing. There's different ways of breathing, but this is a good way to start. You can look online for some videos. If I find a decent one, I'll let you know. Okay, now here's where we're going to go. We're going to have some fun. The difference is, like when we're talking about making yourself more, projecting and sounding better and being more articulate. One of the things to consider is your nasality. Now, I'm in Michigan. The Great Lakes, Michigan is, and I keep saying this, we're 40% more nasal than we have to be. Okay. We're not like Fran Drescher, where it goes all through the nose. We're not like that, but we have a significant amount. The way to find out whether you're having too much nasality, too much nasality means you're not getting enough power through your voice. You're not being able to project enough. You're wasting the time. So if you hold your nose, occlude your nariz, and you say, "This horse eats grass. This horse eats grass," it should sound the same. "I saw the teacher at church. I saw the teacher at church. Sister Susie sat by a thistle. Sister Susie sat by a thistle." It should sound the same. If you feel vibration in your upper nose, and you close your nose and you say, "This horse eats grass. I saw the teacher at church. Sister Susie sat by a thistle," you might have a little bit too much nasality. It's hard to change, but it is possible. You just have to concentrate on the air coming through your mouth and trying to close it. And we'll go into the anatomy of the throat here in a minute. Trying to close it off so that it doesn't go through the nose, because you're losing power when that happens. Okay, I'm just going to double check to see if there's more participants that need to be joined here. So, like I said, if I'm going on and you want to ask a question, please feel free to do so. Okay, does this make sense? Somebody want to try it? Would someone care to try?
This horse eats grass.
Good. How does that feel?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay, because this takes a little work.
It does.
It's simple but not easy. That's the way it is with a lot of things. Just simple, but okay.
Yeah.
Who wants to try?
I will.
Let's try.
Okay, let's go. Sharon first, and then whoever, I don't know who was
Julie.
second. Okay, then you next. Okay, go ahead. Sharon?
This horse eats grass. I saw the teacher at church. Sister Susie sat by a thistle.
How does that sound to you? Are you getting vibrations?
It sounded good. Not the last one. The last one I got a little vibration.
Okay, okay. When you're doing it, you have to make sure. Now you said, so you're doing an easy R. You're doing a deroticized R. Some people say this horse with a hard R, and you're saying this horse. So it can kind of interfere, or you might get a different read on the nasality, is what I'm trying to say. So try it again. Can you do, okay, who was the second one that said? Who was the second person that
Julie.
volunteered? Okay, go ahead.
This horse eats grass. I saw the teacher at church.
Okay.
Sister Susie sat by a thistle.
Okay, now how did that feel to you? That was pretty good.
Good. Felt great.
Felt great. Okay, good. So if it feels good, you don't feel the vibration, but if you want to double check, whoops, that's not what I need to do here. You can record yourself and play it back. But this one now, this is when you are going to feel the vibration. There's only 3 sounds in the English language that are nasal: M, N, and ing. Okay. Now, of course, you're going to nasalize the vowels and everything are going to be blurred into that. So, Manny made me mad. Manny made me mad. You're going to have a nasality. My name means money. My name means money. You're going.
My name means money.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah. Maybe, baby. Maybe, baby. Maybe, baby. Yes, this is going to go through because it's M, N. We don't have an ing in there, but think of walking, ing. That's, in fact, when I tell people to start saying, getting to the end of the word and saying the ing instead of I'm gonna, say I'm going to. The only ones I'm going shopping, driving the car, walking, hiking. The only ones I don't worry about are hunting and fishing. We just, I'm in Michigan. We don't worry about hunting and fishing. They do the hunting and fishing. We just leave them alone. Okay. Does this make some sense? Where you want,
Absolutely.
yeah, and it takes time. That's why I'm introducing this early. It takes time if you have more nasality than you like, it takes some time to learn how to fix it. It just takes a little time. So don't be too hard on yourselves. Okay, here we go. We've done
What
that
if
one
you
down.
have a big nose? What if you have a big nose? Does that
Well-
have something to do?
Well, all you do when you hold your nose, I don't think you're going to need any help. I'm being bad. Okay. But hold it up further, like right below the bridge, right below the bone in the nose, and then hold it up here if you want to test that. But the size of just hold it up like up here, up closer to your eyes where you can feel the bone. You can do
I
that.
can
Just
plug my nose.
there.
I can plug my nose without even touching it.
You can do that. Yeah, we're having way too much fun. Okay. This is great. This is good. But this is the start. The reason I do this is because this little exercise, if you have some nasality issues, this will take time, and I'll show you a little bit more how to work on fixing that. So that's where we come to the vocal tract. Here's where the air comes through, and you close your nose so that it goes through your mouth. Now, what I want you to pay attention to, a couple of things. This is where the air goes down into the trachea, and this is where your food goes down. The esophagus is a floppy, empty tube. It's like a vein with no blood. Okay? It doesn't get big until the food bolus goes down, until you swallow. This little epiglottis closes when you swallow, so it protects the airway. They really, they planned it this way. And the trachea is hard cartilage. That means that when you sleep at night, you don't have to worry about breathing. You can the tube for breathing stays open all the time. That was also very well planned. Now, what I want you to pay attention to, this is the tongue, teeth, and all the articulators we talked about before. But look at the small space we have here. It's really a relatively small space. The tongue takes up a lot of room. We have the front part of the mouth, the middle part, and the rear part. And this is where we're going to get, it's going to be kind of a little interesting, and we're going to do some more of this. Any questions on this? So this is, self-explanatory. And like I said, if you, and this is the part right here, this soft palate area. I'll just call it that to keep it simple. This can flop closed. You can close this so that when you swallow, but you have to kind of think about it, it doesn't go back this way. So this is why you don't want to speak, giggle, laugh. Has anybody ever had that besides me, where I start giggling, laughing, talking, and the Coca-Cola comes out of your nose?
No, yes.
Yeah, it's so attractive. You can only do it in front of somebody you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of. Your mother-in-law. Yeah, it's kind of a rule. It only comes out that way. So, but this is what closes so that when you swallow, it comes up. But this is what you have to control, and you have to think about the air just going through your mouth and not coming up through your nose. And it takes, because you can't go back there and, close that thing. You have to think about it and really work it and just say the air is coming out of my mouth this way. I'm not going to let it go through the nose. It takes a little time. So just like I said, don't be too hard on yourself. Okay. Does that make any sense to anybody? Okay, we're good? Now,
Good.
we reviewed the IPA is the International Phonetic Alphabet, and we're going to talk about the vowel quadrilateral. That's this thing. Now, this thing, if you look at this is quadrilateral, which means where the vowels are formed in the mouth. Front, central, and back. Close, like right in front, it's close, close mid, wide opened. And then the central vowels and the back. The most central vowel is the schwa. You don't have to memorize all these things. You're just going to, unless you want to. There's no test. The schwa is the. Okay, right in the middle. If you take this and kind of superimpose it on that, you can see where the quadrilateral comes in. Okay, imagine that. There's a reason for that. Okay, now this is going to take, we're not going to do all the vowels. We are going to get into, this is the fun part, energy placement. And this will help you with the articulation and also with any accent that you want to achieve. These sounds, if you think about it, they are made in the front of the mouth. Wendy Bailey, Cecilia's brilliant azaleas, the citizens tossed the cider. So you say that to yourself and you can feel, especially, try it. It's right in the front.
Cider.
Wendy Bailey.
Wendy Bailey.
Cecilia's brilliant azaleas.
Cecilia's brilliant azaleas.
The citizens tossed the cider.
The citizens tossed the cider.
Can you feel that in the front of your mouth?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you tried it? Who else has tried it? Robert?
Yes.
Wendy. Sorry.
Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. I booped it. I booped it too much. There you go. Go ahead, try it. That's the
Wendy.
technical term.
Wendy Bailey. Cecilia's brilliant azaleas. The citizens tossed the cider.
Okay. Do you feel that energy in the front of your mouth?
I do.
Okay. This is
Find
where
it more to the back.
no, shouldn't be in the back. This is frontal energy. This is Wendy Bailey. Should be in the
Right.
front, your mask. If
Yeah, more
anybody
front.
does any singing, this is your mask, your front mask.
More
Wendy
front, yeah.
Bailey, Cecilia's brilliant
Feel that in the
azaleas.
front.
You feel what, Wendy Bailey?
Cider.
Wendy Bailey, yes.
Yeah.
But the
Cecilia,
citizens
don't be
tossed.
so, easy. Cecilia's brilliant azaleas. Right now, I just want you to get the idea of front of the mouth and the middle of the mouth and then the back, because this will
Cecilia's
come in
brilliant
handy later.
azaleas.
Yeah. Who said that?
Cecilia
Yeah,
azaleas.
Cecilia's brilliant azaleas.
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 Cecilia's brilliant azaleas. Citizens toss it right in the front,
The
right in your
citizens
mask.
Citizens toss the cider.
Okay. So you're going to have this, I don't know if you have it on the handout or not. I can't remember. I was rocking that pretty fast. So if not,
No.
copy these down.
Yeah.
And this is the front of the mouth. This is where your energy is, in the front of the mouth. Now here we go. Middle of the mouth.
Sharon Chin.
Sharon Chin. Good.
Savannah has the
Has the capacity for discipline. Sotheby's Dutch teacup. This is more in the middle of the mouth. Middle
Dutch
range.
teacup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oops. Just do that. I'm doing this crazy stuff here. I don't know what I just did. There we go. Middle
Next
thing. There
one.
we go. Yeah, I can't be trusted. It's
Me
got to be
neither.
everywhere. I can't be trusted with a computer, you know. Um, so this is the middle of the mouth, right through here. So when you're thinking of that quadrilateral, we go back to the quadrilateral.
Karen Chin.
Wendy Bailey, Wendy Bailey. And now this is Cecilia's Azalea. Say, ah, here, okay. So you're in the middle vocal. This is your energy. Sharon Chin. So you can feel that. You can flip
Sharon
back here. You
Chin.
can feel that here. Wendy Bailey should be more in the front.
Wendy
And
Sharon Chin.
Wendy Bailey.
Sharon
Sharon.
Chin.
Chin. Yeah, it's on the.
do you have that
Sharon Chin.
feeling then? Does that feel?
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Chin. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want,
Yeah.
Is anybody having trouble with it? Let me know now. Do you feel it?
Sharon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who
Savannah
wants to
has
try it? Who wants to try it?
Sharon Chin.
Okay.
Cindy Bailey.
teacup.
Good.
Sharon.
Good.
Sharon Chin.
Karen Chin. Savannah's has capacity for discipline. Sotheby's Dutch teacup.
Yeah, these are all vowels that are going to be in the middle range of your mouth, in the middle range of the quadrilateral. Okay. Now here
Chin.
is the back of the throat. The
Gray.
back of the mouth.
Yeah.
Great.
Gregory Gray.
Gregory
Yep.
Gray. Now a lot of it is because
Gregory
the G
Gray.
is in the back. Clay is a pack rat.
Clay is a
Meg
pack rat.
made the big league. You're back in the
Meg.
where your voice is going to be.
Gregory
Big.
Gray.
That's where you get your rattle.
Yeah, if you go too far, well, that's the rattle. If you're going like, oh my God, that's what we were talking about.
Gregory
That's
Gray.
Gregory
that tuna
Gray.
salad is to die for. Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Clay-
We don't want the
Clay is pat rat.
vocal fry.
Clay is
but-
a pat rat.
Clay is a pack rat. Yeah, but you can feel
Mm-hmm.
where that sound is toward the rear of your mouth. The reason I want you to think about that and try these out and really sort of get them in tune with you is that down the road, if you want to do an accent, this is helpful to know where your voice is going to be, whether it's going to be in the front of the mouth, the rear, the middle. Okay, it's just good to get a good feel
Mhm.
for that.
Meg
So,
made the big league.
pardon?
Meg made the big league.
Meg made the big league. Okay, any questions about any of that?
Meg
Accents
made the
like
big
that.
league.
Gray.
Yeah, so we're going to try this. The tongue twisters and some speech of the day, and we're going through fast. So I want to make sure because we went through this pretty quickly, and if anybody wants to go back and reiterate some things, I will gladly do so. But these are tough. These I think are on your
Yes.
handout. And
Yes,
if
they
you
are.
want me to, I don't think the vocal placement is on your handout, but this is going to be, like I said, this is a more advanced. And the next time we'll do some of the vowels in standard American English. And when we do the British one, if you're doing the British one, I think it's on Monday, you
Yeah.
can kind of feel where those sounds are going to be. So that's what I want you. This is a little bit more elevated. So this is, can you imagine an imaginary menagerie? I'm sorry, an imaginary menagerie manager imagining an imaginary menagerie. Now,
That's
first off,
good.
thank you. If you do not know what any words are in any tongue twister, script, book, look it up. Look it up. The more you can be have a little bit broader vocabulary, the better you will be. And the more you can, start sounding articulate, the better you will be. The better chances you will have in the marketplace, because this is what you're selling yourselves. So you want to be good. All right, who wants to try? Anybody not know what any of those words mean?
I do.
Oh, what is it?
I'll
ahead.
try.
I can
Okay.
try. I'll try.
Go ahead and, okay, all right. Anthony, you want to try?
Can you imagine an imaginary managery? Manager imagining an imaginary managery.
Okay, what I'm going to recommend is slow down. I think you skipped a couple syllables here.
Can you
Try-
imagine an imaginary menagerie?
No, menagerie.
Menagerie. That's where I'm
You know what
messing up.
that is?
A manager?
You know what a
manageable an-
manager is?
A manageable manager?
Animals.
It's animals.
Animals.
It's like a little zoo.
Oh,
Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie manager? So these two words modify
Menagerie.
manager. So you could say, can you imagine a manager imagining an imaginary menagerie? But now these two words are modifiers. So I would also recommend to get a little book on grammar.
Can you imagine an imaginary managerie?
An
Imagining
imaginary menagerie.
menagerie. That's why I'm messing up.
Yeah, imaginary. That's what we're here for.
All right.
But here's kind of a Bedford book for writers. And I've got several of these. Longman Writer's Companion. They have, any of these Writer's Companion books, they have basics of grammar. So you want to know the basics of grammar. You want to know what's the subject, I know this is really boring, but if you learn another language, you will learn how to do this. But that's why I'm saying, can you imagine an imaginary menagerie manager? So these two words modify manager, which means you are going to deliver this differently than not knowing that. So, okay, who wants to try this?
I'll take a
Ima-
turn.
Okay.
Imaginary.
Which
Menagerie.
one's going to? Okay, Christine?
Yes. Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie manager imagining an imaginary menagerie?
Okay. Good try. We kind of, this this is a more advanced class, so I'm just warning you. Okay.
That's good.
Who else? Pardon?
I'd like to.
I'll try.
Okay, let's let Robert do it, and then whoever was next. Robert, go
Julie.
ahead. Julie.
Can
Okay,
you
Robert and then Julie.
imagine? Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie manager imagining an imaginary menagerie?
Very good. Very good.
Very nice.
It's like it's okay to slow down. Slow down to go faster. You have to slow it down, get it right, and then if you want to go faster. But this is going to move your mouth so that you train it so that you're getting yourself under control. So you know how to move your mouth to make those sounds. Okay?
Mhm.
Very good. Julie, try.
Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie manager imagining an imaginary menagerie out of the night that covers me, black as a
Oh,
pit?
okay, you're going to do both of them. All right.
I
Okay,
think whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul.
okay, I want you to do that slower. Out of the night. Okay.
Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul.
Okay, how does that feel?
Good.
Okay, it's out
Well
of the
done.
night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. And then you can add a little pizzazz to it. But good, that's a good start. So you want to try the menagerie? Okay, who wants to try the menagerie one?
I'll try it.
Okay, who said that? But go ahead.
I'm Janelle.
Janelle, nice to meet you. Okay.
Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie manager imagining an imaginary menagerie?
Okay, how does that feel?
It kind of vibrated a little.
Oh, yeah, well, there's a lot of M's in there.
Yeah.
You can see there's a lot of M's. It's going to be more nasal than the other one, but that's good. You can feel how sometimes when you're done doing some of these exercises, you may actually be a little fatigued.
Mhm.
You might be a little bit tired. Okay, well, you want to try the out of the night one, the second one?
Me?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I think whatever God's may be for 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 my
Unconquerable soul.
unconquerable soul.
Okay. When
There,
you
I had to make
practice this now, I've got it. And did you get the handout?
Yeah, I got the handout. I just had to make the print bigger.
Yes. Okay, make the print bigger and recopy. Because what you have to be careful of when you're reading
My
this
printer's
is
broken.
that you have to go a black as a pit, not the pit. And I thank, not think, whatever gods may be. This is like a poem for my incomparable soul. And if if you run across words like this, you don't know what that means, or you don't know how to pronounce it, the internet has an online dictionary that will pronounce words for you, which is absolutely amazing because we used to have a hard copy dictionary that was the pronouncing dictionary. And it would have, and most dictionaries do tell you how to pronounce things, but it's really remarkable now that we have this capability. So who else wants to try this?
I'll try the second one.
Okay,
Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul.
good. Now, whenever you do one of these things, I want you to over articulate. So you're going to go to really move the mouth, really flex your lips, move your cheeks, all that. Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie? A manager imagining an imaginary menagerie. You want to, speed isn't the issue. You want to really slow it down, uh, give it some emotion if you want. The second one has more opportunity for that. And really move the
Yeah.
mouth. You can feel fatigued if you've practiced this. And of course, if you have my other previous ones, the mine, I lie, do that. You have
Right.
those
Yeah.
that warm up, do that. And that
Okay.
really should move the mouth and do that. So we have a little bit extra time. We went through this pretty well. This is good. So I'm just
I'd
going
like
to
to try
go.
that if I may.
Sure, absolutely. Anybody wants to try, this is the time.
Yes, thank you. Out of me, black as a pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul.
Good. Okay. So you got that. Good. I think what I'm going to do.
Was the
Anybody else want to
articulation
try?
good?
Yeah, you are. Yes, you're doing very well. You're articulating well.
Thank you.
I want to hear you. I'm going to give you some little. This is a little aside. Um, Start from a low pitch. We're going to do a vocal slide, and not on the menu here, but we're going to give it a try. Start low pitch, like as low as you, not a hurtful low, but a comfortable low. And you're going to slide up to a higher pitch. I'm not a singer. Let me hear you do that.
Out,
Uh,
out,
why are you ouching?
out.
Why are you ching at the end? Just keep it open. Just keep it open like an E or an ah. Ah,
Ah,
ah.
Oh,
ah,
Okay. And then ah. From a high pitch to a
ah.
low. There we go.
Oh, I
Okay.
get it now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You're just
Out,
going low.
out.
You're just going, you're starting from low, and we're going to push it. We push it. I'm going to do this thing later, but this will keep your voice so that what happens when you're talking a lot, if you can, and actors need to do this, it's not just for singers, but you start low and you can go really low. You can push it, but for right now, you just start a comfortable low, and you can do it in steps like,
Oh,
and you'll feel that little bump. Everybody has
out,
a transition from a chest register
out.
to and then and you're doing a slide. And that what happens if you can get some control over the tone of your voice, the pitch, then say you're talking like this for a long time in my pitch, and you go, I'm really tired. I've got to change. I'm tired. So I think I'm going to go a little bit lower and that'll rest my voice a little bit, or I'll go a little bit higher and that'll rest my voice. So it gives you some control over the pitch of your voice. So I think I'll do that in another session, but this is just a quick little intro. If somebody else wants to try that, they very well can. This was not
I'll
part of
give
my.
it the old college try.
You give it the okay. I like it. Good.
I'll take a stab at the whole reading thing.
Oh, perfect. Love it. Yes. Let me
I
hear you.
haven't tried it. Pardon for my toddler in the background. I apologize. She's having
Oh
fun.
no, that's we love little
So
toddlers.
yeah. So let's go. Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie manager imagining an imaginary menagerie?
Good. Good.
And then
Good.
let's see. Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul.
Good. Good. So you got the articulation there going. Good. Good pitch. Good. How did that feel?
I've never done this before, so it's all brand new, but
Oh,
I just I don't know. I feel like I belong.
Good job.
fantastic. What do you mean you've never done this? What do you mean? You've never had a class here before?
I've never had a class. I've done a few classes. I just started this recently as far as talent acquisition. I never I grew up around like doing like theatrical things or like competitive cheerleading, competitive dance, all those
cool.
kinds of things. But as far as like stepping out of my comfort zone and whatnot like that, I've never did an audition or anything like that. I've never read lines for anybody or anything like that. I did little
I'm
like
honored.
projects. I did little projects for like 4-H and stuff like that, but
Okay.
never professionally.
Okay. 4-H in what capacity?
4-H created in Ohio. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but I did self-determined projects. I did public speaking. I did
Okay.
we did like a interactive thing with the library system as far as like we put on theatrical, like I actually dressed up as a clown and I was like a ventriloquist puppet as a clown, and we did little
that's
things
fun.
in local libraries and stuff like that. But these were all things that I did as a child, and I never did anything as an adult or anything. So I'm stepping out and I'm trying to re-enter
Good for
the
you.
area. Thank you.
Well, this is the time. This is what I tell people. So if there's more people here that want to try this out, this is the time. This is the time to give it a shot. Make a mistake if you have to. Oh, there's a few people who I'm going to allow them to talk. Here you go. Sorry, guys, I did not see you here. So I apologize for not trying to get everybody in here to talk. But this is where you go ahead and fumble and make a mistake, and this is what you do. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to speak better. You might want to take my intro class that's coming up again, or I think they've got some on recorded. You can play it back. But no, it's always good to do something out of your comfort zone that's a little challenging, that might even be a little scary, because this is where confidence comes in. I mean, I know everybody says, oh, you've got to, say these affirmations. They're great in a point. But what I've found is when you do something that's really different and you know how to do it and you survive through it, whether it's learning to ski, and the one thing I tell everybody is my kids know how to juggle. For an actor, it might be helpful how to juggle. I'm up to one. I can throw one. Catch it. I can do other things though. So if you try something else, get another skill set in your hip pocket there. So this is always good. So if you can do what you did some organization here, that's always good. Learning how to organize things and prepare things, it's really good. So this is what you do. And you can start like recording yourself, play it back, and see what you like, see what you look like, see what you sound like, because you always sound different. This is going back to my other one. You sound different to yourself inside your head than you do when you hear yourself recorded, played back to you. And anybody who's had my class before, but I'll go through it again, no big deal. When you are hearing yourself speak, like I'm hearing myself speak. I'm hearing the voice goes out, but it circles back, and I'm hearing it through both of my ears. I'm also hearing the reverb off the inside of my skull. So it's
Mhm.
like singing in the bathroom. You're hearing this reverb, and you think, oh, gee, that sounds pretty good. And then you hear a recording of yourself, and you go, oh, that's not me. Did I sound like that? I remember hearing one of myself at Christmas, and I think I was screeching at the kids, really attractive. And you go, who is that? Oh, rats, it's me. I never pass up the opportunity to laugh at myself. There's just so many opportunities with myself. So that's what you have to address so that you are comfortable with your voice, what you sound like, the language you use. And I always tell people what you should do. And I'm kind of babbling on here, but this is good stuff. Um, you want to start improving your speech in daily life so that you don't have to work so hard when it comes to a play, or you're going to speak very well when you're going for an audition, so your presentation looks good, so you sound good to the people that matter. They're going to think, okay, she's only good on stage, but she sounds like a streetwalker when you're talking. So no, you really have to be. People remember. They remember, and they say, okay, they use good grammar. They don't use good grammar. You've got to remember you don't know who exactly you're speaking to when you're going to an audition or an interview. It's a very different kind of communication event. It's not the usual one. So anybody else want to give this a try?
I would like to try.
Good. Go right ahead.
Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul.
Good. That's good. How'd that feel?
Good.
Good. Yeah. So just, keep doing it and do you have a copy of that My Nylai, the other ones?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Keep practicing those. That's a warm up, Christopher, that I gave in a previous class. And we'll be doing it again. So, anybody else want to try?
Sure.
Okay.
Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie manager imagining and
And
my glasses are bad. I'm sorry.
it's okay. It's okay.
Darn.
No,
Imaginary menagerie.
right. No, I need glasses to find the floor. Okay.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
My ears are really good though. I protect
Oh,
my
yeah.
ears at all costs. I can hear, same almost like my dog. I can hear the dog 6 blocks away. Yeah, I hear that dog. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm really good. My hearing is very good. I I wear earplugs, and I go like to certain places. I always have earplugs in my purse because you never know if something's going to be too loud. I cannot afford to ruin my hearing. So just be careful with earbuds, guys. Just be careful.
Okay.
Oh, just be careful. Okay, so anyone else want to try? We've got a few minutes. This is the time to kind of look silly and be okay with it. It's okay. We all, we're supporting each other, right?
Right.
We're supporting each other. We're just, yeah, try it.
Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my uncomfortable soul.
Good. Okay, good. So now what you do is you can do it in work on different phrases. You can, make it louder, softer, out of the night that covers me. You can do all kinds of things with that. And just try to keep it, don't go faster, too fast where you start stumbling. We want to keep it, if you want to speed it up and you're getting better, then go right ahead. But start out doing it slowly, because trying to do, can you imagine an imaginary menagerie, it's like, everybody remember the 11 benevolent elephants? Yes. I have more. More. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, we'll just move on here. These are some resources. Now, this is what I keep telling everybody. There's a free download. It is an ebook on the Internet Archives. Speak with Distinction by Edith Skinner. If you ever find one in a used bookstore, grab it. She's the one that said she was the original teacher at Juilliard. She's phenomenal. The book is amazing. She's gone now, so it's kind of a collector's item. So if you get it with the CD, someone did, and I was like, wow, that was pretty good. And then here, International Phonetic Alphabet with sounds. It's online. You can find it. And they can tell you how to do some of these sounds, which is very helpful. Stick with the English, but they do have for German, French, and all the rest of the. You don't want to get into the African clicks and glottal stops, and just stick with the English. And then if anybody wants my little ebook, it's free. Let me know. And I do have that monthly. Just started last month. If you want it, let me know. If you don't want it, let me know. I don't want to bother anybody. So here, any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. And this is me. You can call me, text me. And because the one thing I tell people, when you practice, do not practice incorrectly. If you have a problem practicing, contact me. Okay? I do not want you, because then I've got to work hard to fix it. I don't want to work any harder than so just let me know. Okay, so thank you very much. And do you have any other questions, comments, or do you want to go back and review something before we sign off?
I just want to ask tell you one thing.
Sure.
Found a really good book. It's called The Actor Speaks, Voice of the Performer. And that's a really good book to read.
Okay, I'll take a look at that. I have, but I always look for something new, something the actor speaks. Okay, there's, see if I could get, oh gosh. Okay, there's a couple. There's one voice that I want to use too down the road. It's the converging of the, I'll put this here in case anybody wants to copy that, or if somebody wants to copy these. Do I want to copy this down? Do you want me to leave it up? Using the act. Go ahead.
I do have a question with the vocal energy placement and stuff.
Sure.
When you would say, okay, we'll use this slide as an example. You're using the middle of your mouth to articulate an accent. Would you try to force it by using the front of your mouth or the back of your mouth?
No, this is an awareness exercise. This is just getting you to understand that there are three parts of your mouth and where things are going to resonate.
Okay.
The front, the middle, and the back. So when you're doing an accent, and I will be doing the Russian one coming up, but I think Monday is the British and Cockney.
Okay.
You might become a little bit more aware. One of the challenges with some of the accents is the letter R, the sound R. Some is trilled, some is in the back in the throat, like the French is way back in the throat, way in the back.
That's the one thing I was noticing was like, especially with the front of the mouth thing. If I would say the lines with the back of my throat, then it almost sounded like I had an accent, like I was foreign or from a different country.
And you know what? If that works for the character you're developing,
okay. I just didn't know if that was proper technique or not.
You just have to be right now. This is awareness of where the sound is being made, where it's resonating.
Okay.
So we'll go into this is just the introduction. I had the intro on the articulation with the consonants. This is just an introduction to the vowels because they do get a little complicated.
Now with the rear of the mouth slide, I noticed that there was the clay is a pack rat. I feel that P on the front because of the
sure, because the P. No, it's not. Everything is not going to be in the back.
Sound is coming. Okay.
But the most of the energy, because the P is the front, it's called a plosive, and it's a bilabial plosive. So it's also, as we went into, this is unvoiced. So you get the P and the B are connected. Okay, they're
okay. I was wondering when I was saying, I was like, I'm doing it wrong, but I appreciate you clarifying that for me. Thank you very much.
For example, there's a lot of little tweaks. Okay, for example, if you I'll just use this one. The word the book. Okay? You're just saying the. Now, what if I have to have the word apple? How do I say the?
Usually you say the apple.
The apple. Why?
I guess it would have to do with our heritage as far as like our enunciation.
Nope.
No?
Huh.
What does apple start with?
An A. It starts with a vowel, so you
It
change
starts with a
the
vowel.
to a the.
So
with
it
the
links
consonant
better
vowel.
if you go the apple, the book, the pear. I'm trying to think of another vowel. The Iliad. No, I'm just doing.
The
Every time I
orange.
want to scroll. The orange, right? So it's E. It's a vowel. And this is a little tweak for improving your speech overall. The word the. It should be the book, the chair, the dog, the child, the child. But when it's a vowel, then it's the. People who know, you might say, well, who pays attention? There are people who do pay attention and they will notice. So if you want
The
to
Ohio
elevate
State
your speech,
University.
pardon?
I said the Ohio State University.
The Ohio State University, right? Don't worry. I have 3 boys, an ex-husband. I have every college covered. I've gone to several, so we could sit there and wave flags all day. I've been to DePaul University, University of Illinois, University of Chicago was my ex, University of DePaul, Michigan State, Michigan, Michigan State, University of Michigan, University of Illinois. So, and I'm from South Bend. So no matter what, I can wave a flag.
God bless you. I love it. I love it.
I'm everywhere, you know. So, yeah, I could kind of go, okay. So whether it's Detroit Lions or Dub Bears, I'm good. I'm from Chicago. So, yeah, it's like.
Thank you so much for your advice. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. But yes, that's just one little tweak. There are others. And some are a little bit harder. But that's an easy one to start seeing if you can implement it in everyday speech. And just
Great
this
class.
just
Great
to
class.
be just to be aware. Well, thank you. Thank you. All right. And if you have any other questions or if you have a comment or a suggestion, email me. I think I put that down. You can email, you can text. Let me know if if you have any questions or concerns, you know, and say, would you please do this? Let me know. I picked the Russian because I just picked it. But if you want the French accent or is it the Irish, you want to do the Irish accent, you've got to let me know.
So let me
Give
know.
us some grug. Give us some
Pardon?
grug.
Yes. Yeah, the Scots get a little hurt from time to time. Okay. All right. Well, listen, everyone, have a nice evening. I hope this was helpful. Any questions or anything like that, just let me know, and I will see you again. You take care.
Thank you,
Have a good
Corinne.
evening.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, we're going to save. Close.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good night, Corinne.
Pleasure meeting us. Some of the new people. This was great. This was great.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Have a good weekend.
Too. Yeah. Be safe. Be warm. It's been cold.
Family weekend in
cold.
Canada.
Beauty, Beauty, eh?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, that's funny. That's great.
Good night.
Good night, Corinne.
Good night. Whoa, I'm still here somehow. I didn't know how to close it. I'm closing everything except when I need to close.
That's okay. We can party all night.
We can party all night.
You know, geez,
It's
Friday. No work tomorrow. No work on Monday.
No, that's true. That's true. Take care.
Good one.
Thank you.